pretty easy to notice a nuclear detonation. A bright flash, followed by a large mushroom cloud. From space, it's the same deal, with two uncharacteristically bright flashes of light. This is easily visible to orbiting satellites, making a secret detonation nearly impossible. But what if the culprit isn't trying to hide the flash, but instead, through clever tricks and strategic obfuscation, they distance themselves from the event itself? This seems to be exactly what happened on the 22nd of September, 1979. On that day, the Vela satellite was orbiting over the southern Indian Ocean when it saw this. These are recordings of the flash from the bang meter on board the satellite. With this in mind, the issue then is, who did it? Of course, there's the usual suspects. The US and Soviets have tested thousands of nukes over the past several decades preceding 1979. This fact also makes it very unlikely that either one was behind the test. A combined South African-Israeli test would not be very surprising. With the growing security threat posed to both countries, they likely saw a need for nuclear weapons development and their own homegrown arsenal. Beginning just after the Yom Kippur War, both countries began collaborating on nuclear affairs. Israeli scientists began traveling to South Africa to help develop a payload delivery system for Jericho missiles. This period of cozy relations lasted until the 90s, giving plenty of time for them to collaborate before the detection by the Vela satellite. The South Africans likely needed both Israeli designs and Israeli technical assistance, as their own abilities were rather questionable. Of course, there's one more thing I need to mention, and that's the apparent cover-up that seems to be going on. There was an initial panel of scientists and experts who determined that the event was likely a nuclear detonation. However, the Carter administration's science advisor, Frank Press, handpicked a new panel to review the events of the day. The panel outright rejected evidence from the Arecibo Observatory in Costa Rica on the grounds of mathematical errors. They also discounted hydroacoustic data and radioactivity measurements. In 1980, their report was leaked to the press. It outlined that the signal was most likely caused by a natural event, like a micrometeoroid impact on the satellite. Predictably, this conclusion was not taken well. The report was rejected by scientists from Los Alamos, Lawrence Livermore, and the Naval Research Lab. Allegations that the outcome was whitewashed to serve political needs were thrown around.